Okay, we are back with the Detroit Lions training camp talk, and today I'm going to be giving you guys my takeaways from day 7 of Detroit Lions training camp. Let's get right into the video. Oh wait, I messed up the intro. I gotta do it the same every time, man. Day number 7 of Detroit Lions training camp is now in the books. You guys let me know in the comments below that you guys knew what I was about to say, so that's really good. I'm glad you guys are paying attention. With that being said, let's get right into the video. So this is a very, very exciting day. This should go up on Thursday, and it's very, very exciting. Football is back, guys. Football is absolutely back, and I'm so excited that football is back tonight. At 8 o'clock, we have the Hall of Fame game. Now, I don't know if I'm going to do anything for it. I don't know if I'll go live, if I'll record about it. I don't know, because it's not the Lions, right? It's just a random game. They're usually really long because they do all the Hall of Fame stuff because it's the Hall of Fame game. With that being said, I don't know if I'm going to do anything about it. But either way, I'm just excited that it's going to be on TV because just watching football makes me happy. Because it's finally back, guys. It's August. That kind of stinks, but it's still back, so that's really good. With that being said, we're going to move on from that topic. We're going to go into Detroit Lions training camp topic, okay? And in this video, we're looking at day number 7. Yes, we're flying through this training camp. Now, tomorrow, I will actually be at the Detroit Lions Family Fest. I don't know if you guys knew that or not, but that's where I'm going to be. So if you guys are there, well, you got to get a picture with me, okay? You got to get a picture. I think that starts at, doors open at 4:30, 6 o'clock they scrimmage. I don't know what they're scrimmaging. I really don't know all the information about it, but I'm excited to go. With that being said, let's get right into the video. So let's start this off with the participation list. We did this in the last video. I think it's kind of important to look at this. So we'll start off with this one, and this is the PUP list and the NFI list. So here are the players that are currently on that list. We have Snacks Harrison, Darius Slay, Darius Kilgo, Trey Flowers, Longa, and Tommy Lee Lewis. So those are all the guys that are currently on the PUP list or the NFI list, okay? The NFI list, Slay and Snacks, because they weren't there for so long, they're kind of just catching up. They're not necessarily participating. So I thought I would throw that in there. But there's nothing to worry about with those guys. Those guys are great. Nothing to worry about. They'll be fine. Then we have the guys that didn't participate today, which is Thursday. We have Deshaun Ham, Mike Daniels, Jonathan Wynn, Austin Bryant, Christian Jones, and Marcus Cooper. Now, Mike Daniels may be like, oh no, what's going on with Mike Daniels? Okay, well, I don't think there's anything to worry about. See, he had to go through a health exam to be signed by the Detroit Lions, so we know he's fine. So with that being said, there's two reasons, okay? There's 2 reasons they came up with why he may be doing this. The first reason is they're just making him not really participate. He's trying to learn the scheme, which I think makes most sense. I feel like Matt Patricia's scheme is probably pretty complex. I'm sure he can teach you pretty fast, but I'm sure it's complex. And him being a veteran, he's been through it. I don't think they have to rush him out there to see how he does, how he performs. He's not a young player. They know what he brings to the table. So I think he's just probably learning the scheme, or it's a very, very minor injury they are not worried about at all. So, he was signed, but they're just kind of like resting him through it again because he's veteran. I think it's the scheme part, but who knows. Then we have guys who are back, and that is Devon Kennard and Malik Carney. So good. We needed Kennard, and it's good for Carney to be back as well. Now let's get into my takeaways from day number 7. First off, we have Matthew Stafford. Now Matthew Stafford actually threw an interception recently right to Jelani Tavai. Had kind of a down day for himself. The defense definitely dominated that day. Well, he's back on track now. And his connection with Danny Amendola has been great. His connection with Jermaine Kearse has been good. Everything's been good. But today Marvin Jones and Stafford put on a show, okay? They were the 2 guys that were doing really well. So they were doing well together. They were in midseason form. They were doing their thing. So Matthew Stafford and Marvin Jones, that connection looked really good. Now, Rashawn Melvin, Michael Ford, Jared Davis, and Miles Killebrew all came up with at least 1 pass breakup. So I thought I would throw that in there because that's something we always like to look at. Pass breakups and interception. Well, that's what we got for those guys. Now, other guys did, but those are like the main guys that, you probably want to hear about. The offense actually got back on track today. Like I said, the defense dominated last time. The offense finally got back on track, and that's good to see. We really want to see him just compete, and obviously Darrell Bevell is going to be trying to make adjustments to go against our offense, and then Matt Patricia and whoever the defense coordinator is. I mean, we care about you, Paul, but the reason is we just don't really talk about you. We always assume it's Matt Patricia's job, and I guess we should because he was a defensive coordinator. With that being said, they always compete. Now, I'm excited to see how they play against the Patriots in the first preseason game and then the joint practices. I'm excited to see how that goes because it's different playing your own team versus playing other teams. So I'm excited to see how they perform because that'll be really, really good telling for how they will perform during the season. And actually, I think it's 7 days from now is the Detroit Lions' first preseason game, man. We're getting there. We're getting there, guys. Hang on. We're almost there. Then we had Brandon Powell, who actually worked a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit with the running backs today. And I thought that was different, right? It's kind of strange. Brandon Powell is one of those guys that are definitely in the bubble. He's floating around right now trying to figure out, hey, am I on the team? Am I off the team? What's going on? Well, he worked a little bit with the running backs, and I could see him playing a little bit kind of like a Ty Johnson role, maybe like a Wildcat thing. I don't see him out there a lot. But again, he kind of is the size of a running back. Now, I don't know how much carries that he would be able to take, and a running back depth is already very, very solid. So with that being said, he could be one of those guys that you throw out there. Maybe you go split backs, and you just kind of do a little trick play with Brandon Powell. So I'm assuming it'll be something along those matters. Then we have Tracy Walker, who I talked about last video, did really, really well in day 6 of training camp. He's still playing very well. He's definitely opening some eyes, and he's definitely fighting for that second safety position. Next up, we have Jermaine Kearse. And Jermaine Kearse is the guy that I believe will make the team. I said I think he'll be probably our number 4 wide receiver. He'll make the 53-man team. And it looks like he's kind of pushing himself into that roster. He looks like he's almost like sold that he's going to get in. And some people are saying basically a lock to make the 53-man roster. So that's how people see it. Today he was making really good grabs. Obviously, he's not the same fast guy that he was when he came out of college running like a 4.43. But he still does have some speed, but he was using his hands very well. He's matched up against Tease Tabor a lot, and he was making a lot of good grabs. Tabor was on him. He was making a lot of good grabs. And we know Jermaine Kearse is another veteran player. He knows how to do some stuff, right? Tease Tabor's only been in the league for a few years. Jermaine Kearse has been through it all, so we probably adjust very well, and I do think he will make the team. Then we have Andrew Adams. We talked about Andrew Adams a little bit before. Adams actually is playing very, very well. He was one of the best players today, and he's definitely pushing a case to make that final 53-man roster. And this is a guy that I really didn't think would, but I think what he's doing is he's putting it tough for other guys. I haven't heard a lot from Tavon Wilson. Miles Killebrew, I've heard, is like kind of like that specialty player for Lions. So I do think Miles Killebrew will make that team because he can do different things. I think Tavon Wilson may be that guy on his way out. Just keep that in mind. If it happens, you know who said it. I said it, okay? I said it, not anybody else. I said it. Well, maybe someone else said it, but I said it too. And then finally, we have Amani Oruwariye. I'm trying, okay? I'm trying. And I keep messing up that Bo name. And you guys are saying it's Bo Benshaw, not Ben Schwazzle. I don't know why I said Ben Schwazzle, Bo Benschwal, right? If you're watching this video, you know who you are. Tell me in the comments below, hey, you did a good job. But Amani has been using his length very well, and he's a guy that a lot of people are excited about. Like, hey, this is going to be our number 2 cornerback this year. He might be. I don't know. I mean, T wants to buy a shirt of his, so I don't know. He might be. Now, he did allow one bomb to Marvin Jones, but again, Marvin Jones' Stafford connection was on point today, so it's kind of hard to match up with that as a rookie. But he does have a lot of length. He's been using that to his advantage throughout training camp, and he looks good as well. So those are my takeaways from day number 7 of training camp. Again, the Hall of Fame game is tonight, so if you guys are excited, let me know in the comments below if you guys are going to watch it. I mean, you may not even be watching the game. I don't know. Again, I will be at the Detroit Lions Family Fest on Friday. I believe it is free. I don't know if they still have tickets, but you guys can check it out if you want to. With that being said, thank you, Prod, for watching, and I'm out.